Okay, so I've decided I'm gonna go on here on Netflix and watch the Depp versus Heard documentary just because I've been seeing so much going on about it. I've been, Camille put out this exclusive talking about it, and she was kind of talking about it more in a positive light. I believe it was Akshita who shared with me on Twitter that it's more so about like social media and how we made decisions when the case was happening, and how the evidence in the audience of social media, how we felt about it. And they're trying to make it seem like it was a trial won on social media, possibly. I did also see that, Andy was fighting against YouTube and Netflix because I think he did a video on it, and they copyright claim his fucking footage that was originally his, and they put it in the damn documentary, and then he goes and does a video on it, and they try to claim him for his original work, which is completely ludicrous and insane. And they do this to creators all the time, these huge companies. There's no reason that they need to do that. So I've been seeing that he's been trying to fight that on the timeline. But then I did also see that he kind of commented underneath Camille's, let me not paraphrase. He commented under Camille's post. Let me bring it up. Okay, so yeah, so like Access Hollywood posted this reaction of Camille. Their exclusive Camille Vasquez reacts to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's Netflix docuseries. And so then when I clicked to go underneath the comments, the first one I saw was Andy. And he's like, did you actually watch it, Camille? Question mark, question mark. This doc tries to make it look like TikTok decided the case, not the facts. That the jurors were the fools. Super disappointing to hear you give this director props. And then right underneath that, prominent, Depp supporter account that Annabelle Depp had, I've seen her a lot on here. She responds back and says, "Did you think it was that bad? I watched and thought it wasn't as bad as being implied, but overall, I didn't think it was good at all, like Camille was making it out. I think she would have been better off saying something like, I don't comment on specific documentaries." So we will see. I really don't know because I have not watched it, but I work from home today, so I have a little bit of time just to like let it play in the background. Um, I do feel like Andy coming at Camille like that, like, did you watch it, is kind of like, I understand, like, you did, like, a lot of work on the Johnny Depp, case. You met the dude, you went to the concert, like, I get that, but she also, like, worked his case. Like, worked his fucking case and won it for him. And defeated the freaking beast monster AH, and I just feel like she deserves a little bit more respect than did you actually watch it, Camille? I'm just like, what the fuck. But we'll see. Yeah, someone's like, she's being professional. I think she knows that showing their testimonies side by side and the public reaction will just remind people of what we saw and already know. Yes, because we watched a 6-week trial. We know that this was not one due to social media. It was one because she fucking blatantly got up there and motherfucking lied. And anybody with a brain and critical thinking skills can see that. She's a fucking goddamn liar. Complete lunatic. And people had not really known about the case. While we in our little bubble knew what the fuck was going on, a lot of other people didn't know what was going on. People at work, I was all consumed, but nobody at work knew what the fuck was going on with the case until much, much later. And there was like whispers here and there that I could hear they were talking about it. And so then it became a thing of everybody's hearing what the fuck is going on, and they're making their decisions because they're hearing the evidence play out in a court case trial. And what do people do? We talk about pop culture, we talk about, shit that's happening on social media. That's the way it works. So I definitely don't think it was a trial one off of social media, like, the stands and fans of crazy people like to think. It was solely the fact that people were shocked at the audacity of this woman to get up on a stand and lie her motherfucking ass off to a whole room of like law officials, a jury, an audience, and then knowing that it's televised for millions and millions of people to see. That's her own fucking fault. That's her own fucking fault. Ain't nobody else's fault. She had a chance not to do it. She decided to go along with it, and that is why she is where she's at. Before we get into Johnny's stuff, because I just finished up some work and I'm gonna go over and go chill on my couch and watch some Johnny stuff, but they're doing our girl Britney so fucked up. I can't stand these people. And this snake of a man, Sam, which, you know, it's really sad because people were trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. They were like, look, if he makes Britney happy and, you know, he's protecting her against her family because, you know, she didn't have nobody, then, you know, okay, you know, let it be, you know. But people did have questions and speculations about his shady fucking ass, and now it's coming to light that he is as shady as everybody thought he was, and that he probably himself had some allegations going on even prior to them getting married, that he was hired during the conservatorship. So that's already a massive red fucking flag. And now they're saying, yesterday it was like, you know, that they're headed for divorce. Now apparently he has filed for divorce via irreconcilable differences, however the fuck you say that. So the divorce is filed. Apparently Britney has hired Laura Wasser, who is a great, you know, divorce lawyer. Johnny also had her services. So it was good to know that she has like a hard hitter backing her, because she does need people in her corner, because it's so sad to see this woman just constantly be taken advantage of by people, and they do not give a fuck. They don't care. So now he is blackmailing her pretty much, because her prenup is airtight. And apparently Octavia Spencer, and I didn't even know, but like when they announced that they were getting married and everything like that, Octavia Spencer had commented under her post like, please get a prenup. Please get a prenup. And thank God she got a prenup, because it protects like her money that was made prior to this situation, with her being with this snake of a man. So now he is trying to blackmail her and is threatening to release extraordinarily embarrassing information if the prenup is not renegotiated. You bitch ass motherfucker. You are the worst kind of man. The worst kind of man. You want to take a hardworking woman's money that she worked her ass off on her own before she even fucking knew you existed, and you want to get in her pocket because you're greedy as fuck and you have nothing worthy to offer the world that you could make money off of. Nobody gives a fuck about your fitness, and now that they know that you're a fucking snake, nobody's gonna want to deal with you. So now you're trying to get a fucking check from Britney that you can live off of, or whatever the fuck. You know, what is it with these men that just take advantage of her? These people that just take advantage of her. It's so sad. Sam's lawyer will argue that the prenup is not enforceable and should be thrown out. On what grounds? I hope Laura rakes his ass through the it's just it's so fucking annoying. And yeah, someone says TMZ added to the Britney separation article, and it's a smear campaign against Britney now, that this was 100% Sam getting ahead of the story and having TMZ put a hit piece out on Britney. And I honestly never thought another man would do that to her. And that is exactly what is happening. Exactly what is happening. There's one account posted, remember when Sam Asghari cheated on Britney Spears with Morgan Osmond? The good sis even came with pictures/video receipts. We know who the cheater is despite what he's telling TMZ. Hashtag free Britney, hashtag justice for Britney. So this was posted, an article that was posted via the Daily Mail back in January of 2017. When did they get engaged? Because they got married last year, right? And did Britney Spears get engaged. So she got engaged of September 2001. So they've been in this situation for a minute, seeing each other. That's 2017, 2023 now. They got married last year. They got engaged. Okay, so they've been in this a little bit. This article came out 2017. He is using you. That's the headline starting. Bad Girls Club alum Morgan Osmond claims she's having an affair with Britney Spears' new man. Trash. Britney Spears' budding relationship with Iranian fitness model Sam Asghari is being threatened by a woman claiming he is to be his current girlfriend. Last Saturday, FemX MB designer Morgan Osmond posted, then deleted an Instagram of her kissing the bearded bodybuilder, even tagging the 35-year-old pop diva. I have video and images of our real relationship, Britney. He is using you. The fame-hungry 27-year-old later told The Dirty. It goes on. I don't know why everyone is attacking me. Sam Asghari is the cheater. I feel sorry for Britney Spears. She seems like a really good person. So back in 2017, this chick was saying that Sam was cheating on Britney with her. It's so sad. It's so sad. But Britney is coming off like she is unbothered. She posted about getting, some horses and how fun that's going to be in her choices. She can't decide. So she's real unbothered. She got Laura Wasser, and her book is gonna fucking hold on to that book and add some more fucking chapters on this snake ass man, please, because it's absolutely ridiculous. I can't even believe that they're still doing this shit to her. So crazy, even watching the start of this and seeing all the footage from outside of the courtroom and shit, and it's god damn, I went up to that courthouse literally the first week the trial started, so I recognized it all, and I got a peek of Johnny, but that was when basically nobody was out there. Literally it was me and this other chick who was dressed in all this she had pirate garb on, she was hardcore, and she was planning to be out there every freaking day, and it was a few other photographers and everything, and Johnny rolled through. It's on my channel. I wish, going back, I wish I would have at least taken one day off to actually go up to the courthouse, but I just couldn't at that time, unfortunately. So I tried to do my best working around my work schedule and everything like that to cover what was going on, because it was so important to me, because there was this woman who was just blatantly lying about horrific things that actually happened to people, and at the end of the day, that bothers me so much, you fucking bitch. So going back through this, it's kind of pissing me off a little again, seeing all this footage, because I try to stay away from it and try to move on and this, that, and the other. But it's just yeah, they were saying there was literally basically nobody out there for Amber. Literally, basically nobody. You could probably count on two hands, if that, supporters that had came out for her ass. Embarrassing. And everybody else was for Johnny, and I just think that in itself speaks volumes. And then as the trial went on, the crowds grew and grew, and the lines got longer and longer, because people were hold the F up, I know this bitch is not lying about this, don't even sound right. So really right now it's just trial footage, and in the beginning it's 3 episodes, and they're going through the beginning of the trial. They first started, and they kind of asked both of them why they're here, and it's I'm watching this again and I'm getting pissed off again. But they're also adding different footage of their first movie that they were together in, Rum Diaries, and the shower scene clip. So they're making it a little bit theatrical, because he was describing how, like, when she first walked in, he knew, yep, that's the one. So I guess they're gonna play up how wonderful it was, how great it was, and then the tragic crash and shit show that it became. But just watching this trial footage back of her and her lying fucking ass, I have not watched the trial footage in a minute, and I don't even know if I'm gonna make it through this, because I can't watch her just sit up here and think that she is giving the grandest and best performance of her life and that anybody is buying this shit. Like, she really thought we were dumb. She thought we were fucking ignorant as hell, that we would not see through this facade, this poor display that she is putting on before our eyes, that she did sitting on that goddamn stand. Ignorant. So I will admit, I've never even seen Rum Diaries, so even seeing like these clips and stuff, like, I just never had the urge to. I just, like, I don't know, something told me, my instinct told me something was up with that shit. And so they're giving us like these clips throughout it, so I'm kind of forced to see like their interaction and chemistry, and I do see that there was definitely chemistry between those two on the camera. So I could imagine that there was that chemistry behind the scenes too, and that sexual tension and all of that. I can believe it. But then her crazy fucking side came out, and she didn't get her way. So I can say how, like, it's not biased at this point that I'm watching it. They're literally just providing trial footage, compiling it and putting different shit in between. Like, I haven't really seen anything additive that they're doing besides like the movie footage and some pictures here and there, of like, you know, the tattoo with Winona, the one that he got fixed and everything. So it's very, I see where it's just like trial footage, so I can see how Camille was just like, okay, it was an okay documentary, whatever. So we'll see. Oh my God, listening to her ass give this reenactment of the first time she says that she's acting, she's lying. Yes, Lord. You, like, all out the first words out of her fucking mouth. I can't watch this. Like, anyway, I tried. It seems like it's like trial footage, and I'm gonna let it play in the background. Like, but it, and then Whitney Henriquez up here lying for her sister. Oh my gosh, it was just a whirlwind. And then Johnny has to sit there and listen to these people just lie on his name. And it's just like, he looks so sad with Whitney up on the stand. Like, wow. Wow. Oh my God, the way she set that camera up on him. And seeing Johnny close his eyes, because he's like, just the betrayal and the fucking deceit and the fucking evil to film somebody at their fucking low and try to turn it and act like, and then she's up on this stand, sitting here pouting and act like she's about to cry, but she can't cry. The way she set him up, y'all. I should not be watching this again. I should really not be watching this, because it was, wow. I haven't seen this stuff in a minute, because she said, and then the little giggle and then the little laugh, and she's recording him without him knowing, and then boom, to TMZ. Good question. Because you were like, this is the perfect moment. I can twist this and spin it like he's mad at me. And it had absolutely nothing to do with her. And he did not touch her. He touched his own fucking shit he bought. I need to not do this over again. And even despite that video where, yes, he was seen being very just, aggressive. And even Christopher Melcher was saying, like, it was a bad situation because she was in the presence of it and could make a claim or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Even despite that, and even despite Rottenborn on his own, not with the other woman, oh my gosh, she was horrible, Elaine. Despite that, even, because Rottenborn was sometimes bringing it, he still won. Because this man did not do it, and she lied her ass off. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, and I really am just going to leave it at that. I'm going to watch it in the background, but yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. This is interesting to look back on, and I'm glad I decided to watch it in a way now, just to like refresh my memory and just how insane this was. So I don't see an issue with this documentary at all. At all. This effing bitch. Oh my gosh. You know what? I forgot how Johnny, his faces and his facial expressions, and her describing how she was wrestled down on the bed and he grabbed her by like the pubic bone, and him and Ben are looking like, bitch, what? You're making no sense. Oh my god. Like, and it was like direct opposites of what happened. And the jury really had to decide what was more believable. And they're showing these people who were reacting to the trial footage like we were. So I kind of like this. It's like, social media was huge because everybody was just so shocked by the audacity of it all. And the fact that she literally shat a man's bed. Like, you foul bitch. Like, what? What? Girl. Earl. She literally blamed it on the dog. It was on his side of the bed. She shat on the bed. Like, it's just so fucked. Yes, it is so fucking stupid. And she's sitting there looking shit-faced. Oh my god. It's so embarrassing. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment. Oh my god. I have not watched this for a minute. It was so grotesque. He said it was so bizarre and it was so grotesque. And she told the security guy, like, she was basically saying, right, and Johnny enjoyed this Sterling Jenkins, yes, the chauffeur. He enjoyed this because, bitch, no, you know you did that. You know you did that. Ugh, the cross with Camille and Amber. God damn. And she completely obliterated her. That's correct. It was just so satisfying to watch. God, they were playing all that audio. Ooh! I thoroughly enjoyed watching that cross-examination. So, it's still very unbiased at this point. It's really just refreshing my memory and just really bringing up, like, how she really, even after all this, had the audacity to, like, go to a premiere and show her face and do all of that. It's like, that's how you know this woman is not right in the head. Like, she is completely not on this plane of reality at all. When she's like to Camille, you can look up either of us online and see who's being abused. And it's like, bitch, you were not being abused online prior when everybody thought you were this saint and victim. You weren't being abused. You were being abused online when they found out that you were lying about something that you were championing hard from and making money from. That is when the so-called abuse online started. And really it was just people voicing their opinions on the foolishness that you brought before everybody for no reason. For no reason at the end of the day. Like, you did it to yourself. So it's so crazy to watch somebody play victim so hard when they put themselves in this situation. Insane. If anything, this moment will be the nail in the coffin for me. You're supposed to be describing this traumatic experience that you're enduring. He's on top of you, you're flailing, you know, you're bent over a countertop, your neck is all choked up. You're saying that you're not even seeing this man anymore. His eyes are black and not a tear is being shed out of her head. Not a tear, not one tear. You hear her whimpering. That's it. You hear this shit? Not a single tear. She could not bring a tear to her eyes. And as a jury, listening to this, and you aren't showing any real emotion, I would have huge, huge, huge doubts, along with everything else.